शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतां वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वानरयूतमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शरणं प्रपद्ये। श्री गुरुचरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी वरणौ रघुवर विमल यश जोदायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबेको आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबेको रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई। सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहीसा। यम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीना राम मिलाए राजपद दीना। तुम जो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न बिन पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जगत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, इनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुपति पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरि, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय मम डेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। So whatever is the most difficult things to accomplish in this world, with your anugraha, with your blessing, everything becomes easy to accomplish. राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। Ram दुआरे, दुआरे means द्वारम, door. तुम रखवारे, so you are the one who is the gatekeeper. You are the one who is the guardian. You are the guardian of the Sri Rama's door. होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे, so without your consent, so no one can approach Sri Rama without your ajna. This is interesting. We always have a little bit of a problem with gatekeepers, because the whole idea of a gatekeeper is what? So gatekeeper means watchman. Watchman is to prevent anyone from coming in. Or suppose you want to go see the boss, and then you go and there is somebody sitting outside. especially among Indians, you're always afraid of these people because you have to first, they have to be happy. If they are not happy, then they won't let you go inside. So generally in India, you have to bribe the fellow. That's the idea. You have to bribe the fellow in order to go see the boss. So we all have some trepidation about these people who are guarding the gate. So is this what it is? Is Hanumanji standing there guarding the gate of Sri Rama's room so that you have to somehow make him happy in order to go see Sri Rama? Why not go straight to Sri Rama? Why is it so difficult to access? So the idea here is not that. It's not that he is a gatekeeper standing there preventing people from coming in. But really speaking, a gate person who's at the gate tells you what you need to do in order to get in. Really speaking. Suppose he had Ravana at the gate. Then you know it's impossible to go in. Because this is not a person you can, so he'll prevent you from going here. There is somebody who's Hanumanji. That means I have to show him respect. The idea is that you take the gatekeeper's anugnya, permission to enter. That means what? So you have to show respect to the person who's at the gate. So to show respect to him, what are you showing respect to? To the bhakta. Really, he is the bhakta. So if you see any of our temples are like that. So if you go to a Shiva temple, the Nandi is sitting there. You first have to do one namaskar to Nandi before you go in. You go to Vishnu temple, then Garuda is there. Their Vahana. They're all there outside. So you do one namaskar to him. Ganesha is sitting there outside. So even before you enter the main deity, you approach the main deity, you have to show respect to whoever are there, really they are devotees, mostly devotees, except Ganesha is there, he is Devata who removes obstacles. But then to recognize a devotee, you have to have bhakti. You have to have bhakti. So without bhakti in your heart, you cannot have regard for a bhakta. So this is the idea behind. If I see Hanumanji standing there means what? This is what you need to be. This is without having bhakti within your own heart, you cannot approach the Lord. You have no access to Sri Rama because so it is a bhakta like Hanumanji who's there standing. So not as a guardian. As a guardian means access. Adhikaritvam it talks about. So Sri Rama also tells like that to Shabari. We've seen this at some point. Shabari, they went to meet Shabari, and Shabari was a great tapaswini at that time. She was an elderly person. She was an ascetic. She was a teacher. And so anyway, so we all know that story, how she offers him the berries, yeah. And Sri Rama is very impressed by her devotion. And then, seeing that, he talks about bhakti. He says some things about bhakti. Navavida bhakti sadhanam he talks about in Adhyatma Ramayana. So, there he starts by saying this. He says, Yajna dana tapobhirva vedadhyayana karmabhihi naiva drishtum aham shakyaha mad bhakti vimukhai sada. So he says you may do yajnas, you may do danam, charity, you may do lot of tapas, vedadhyayanam, may study the scriptures a lot, then vedadhyayana karmabhihi, and do all other kinds of karmas. Then naiva drishtum aham shakyaha. It is not possible to see me. It is not possible to understand me if even while doing this you are mad bhakti vimukhai. So vimukham means whose face is turned away. So if you are turned away from bhakti towards me, so that means minus bhakti, all of these will not help you see the Lord, will not help you recognize the Lord. So thus, that is the first sadhanam he talks about. So Navavidha sadhanam, not Navavidha bhakti, that is different. He says Navavidha sadhanam means for discovering that bhakti within you. What should you do? You start out by this bhakti, devotion to the Lord. So thus Sri Hanumanji, without that devotion, it's not possible to access Bhagavan. Thus, which is represented by Hanumanji is there. Tum duare rakhware. So you are the one who's the guardian of the gate, of the access to Sri Rama. That means has to have bhakti like him in order to be able to understand the Lord. होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे, सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना. सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा. So the one who seeks sharanam, sharanagati. So the one who seeks refuge in you, that person, he says, he gets all kinds of sukham. All kinds of sukham. Ihaloke, in this world, worldly sukham, otherworldly sukham. You take refuge in you. Why? Because you are the protector. Once you are the protector, tum rakshak. Once you are the protector, kahu ko darna. There is no reason to fear anything. Really, worship of Hanumanji gives fearlessness. You can see, you can even see among Hanumanji bhaktas, they are fearless fellows. They also think they've got a lot of, they suddenly get courage for everything. But really speaking, fear, if anybody has fears, all kinds of fears, they will say, do Hanuman Chalisa chanting, or some mantras, Hanumanji mantras and all they do. So thus, once you are my protector, then I have no reason to fear anything. आपन तेज संहारो आपै, तीनों लोक हाँकते कांपै. आपन तेज, tejas, your own tejas, your own shakti. Samharo ape means what? Your own shakti is from within you. Your youth, all the power that you have, it's not delegated. Our power is delegated. That's why it gets taken away. Like a president, so the president, elected president, is very different from a crown prince, the born fellow. So his, at least by birth, he has this. Here, once he is given the power, after 4 years, after 8 years, he is the ordinary citizen. Nowadays, they even FBI protection also they take away after 10 years. So then nobody cares. Whatever the information age, technology is so fast. They figured in 10 years time, whatever the ex-president knows is so outdated that even if somebody kidnaps him, it's not going to do them any good. So thus, they've changed the rule. After 10 years, Bush is not going to get FBI protection. It will end with torture. So, anyway, so that is delegated power. For Bhagavan, power is not delegated. Devata's power is delegated. So they say, Devas, Deva presiding deities, they get their power from Ishvara. Because they are only, Ishvara looked at certain standpoints, different laws, etc. is limited. But here you are none other than Bhagavan Ishvara himself. So thus your Shakti comes from within you, not from anyone else. You are Swatantraha. So Apana Tej Samharo Ape, like Maya Shakti, Tino Loka Hakate Kape. So all the three worlds are something that are afraid of you. That means they function. Vishasmad, Varta, Pavate, etc. in Upanishads, these are there. So because of Ishvara, everything functions. That's the idea. So in all the three worlds, all the laws, etc. function because of your Shakti alone, which is yours. भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. Bhoot Pishachas. So Bhuta, these are all the ghosts. The ghosts and all the other varieties of beings. So this we all, so they are all there. We are not the only people around. So we are, even there are other people, other beings are there which we cannot see, but we can see through the microscope. That we accept. So bugs are there, bacteria are there, viruses are there. So many things are there which normally you would think they are not there. But if you have better perception, improved perception, then you can see them. Like that, these bhoot, pishachas, etc. are also around. So normally we don't see them, but then we can see them. He says, none of them will come near you. Will not come near me. Nikat nahi aave. Mahavir jab naam suna. When you take the name of Sri Hanumanji. So in this, there are many mantras. People who have all kinds of anxieties and fears, and even of these paranormal situations, Hanumanji mantras they always give to chant. Especially this Panchamukha Hanumanji. There is this Panchamukhi Hanuman. So Hanuman is one particular form of Hanumanji. It's a very tantric like, So this is a story that there was one Ravana. There was not only one Ravana. There were 3 Ravanas at that time. So one was our Sri Lanka Ravana was there. Then there was another Ravana named Mahi Ravana. He was the king of Patala Loka. He was also around at that same time. So this Mahi Ravana, he helped Ravana in this Yuddham. And then there was another Ravana who was Sahasramukha Ravana. He had 1,000 heads. These are all there. So this is Dashamukha. The 10-headed one was Sri Lanka king. The Sahasramukha Ravana there was another island somewhere far away where he was the king of that. Then he also was a big tapasvi. He is described as a tapasvi who offered 999 of his heads in yajnas, and then the last one he was going to offer when the Lord comes, etc. Uska bhi story is there. But in any case, there was this Mahi Ravana, who is the king of Patala, who takes the form of Vibhishana and comes into the battle. And then, taking that form, then he takes Rama and I think and kidnaps Rama and Lakshmana and takes them to Patala. And Hanumanji goes there and rescues them from there. And he cannot be destroyed. So there is some kind of a flame there with 5. There are 5 flames, which all the 5 have to be destroyed at the same time. So only then this fellow will be destroyed. Something like that boon he had. So Hanumanji takes this form of this 5-faced form, so that then with this 5-faced form he destroys all the 5 at the same time and rescues Sri Rama and Lakshmana from Patala. So this is the story behind this Panchamukhi Hanuman. And then these 5 faces are, so one is the Kapishwara, the monkey face, then one is Garuda and Narasimha, and then Garuda, Narasimha, Kapihi, Hayagriva horse, and one more. What is that? Narasimha is a Varaha, Adi Varaha. So these are the 5 faces. So Hanumanji is invoked with this in a particular form, the particular face in these mantras. So there are all kinds of mantras are there, tantric mantras are there. So like Uttara Mukha is Adi Varaha, Dakshina Mukha is Narasimha, then Purva Mukha is Kapishwara, Paschima Mukha is Garuda, Urdhva Mukha is Hayagriva. So these are the 5 faces, and they will say for certain situations. For example, so for Bhuta and Pishacha, so eradication. So then they have these mantras where you invoke Hanumanji in the form of this Narasimha, Dakshina Mukha Narasimha. So like that, prayers are there.
In Durga Mandir, they have a Panchamukhi.
In Durga Mandir, we had gone, we had taken the children there in that New Jersey. They have that Panchamukhi Hanuman. But actually these faces are described as north, south, east, west and up facing. But generally in the idols, when you see, they just show all of them, in one dimension. There are other mukhas also. There is Dwadasha Mukhi Hanumanji also described. Some temple is there. They're saying, I think in Maharashtra. So like that, they have different forms. Then like in Chennai, they have that one form with Anjane, with our Vigneshwara and Hanumanji. Adyanta form. So Adi means beginning, Anta is the end. Bhajan, anything, worship, devotion, you start with Ganesha. In singing bhajan, in the kirtan, there is a tradition, especially in the south, there is a parampara. So all bhajans, they will always begin with Ganesha one. First bhajan will be Ganesha, on Ganesha. And the last you always end with Hanumanji. So he is the Adi and Anta, and then they encompass all other bhajans will be in between. So there is one particular murti in this temple, which is called Adyanta, where it has two faces. One face is Ganesha, elephant, one face is Hanumanji. But there is all esoteric kind of symbolism. But anyway, so Bhoot Pishach Nikat Nahi Ave, Mahavir Jab Naam Sunave. So all these specific prayers and all are there. Nashe Rog Hare Sab Pira Japat Nirantar Hanumat Dira. So Nashe Rog, etc. Even Roga Nasha. Then all the different kinds of afflictions. When Japat Nirantaram. Nirantaram is Nityam. Always chanting japa on Hanumanji's name, all these get removed. Sankat te Hanuman chudave, man kram bachan dhyan jo lave. Sankat se Hanuman chudave. He will remove you from all others. It's like Phalashruti, Phalam. He will remove you from all difficulties. All sankatas, sankata nashanam. Then man krama vachana dhyana jo lave. Once you bring him into your mind when you pray, how do you pray? Mana means with the mind. Krama means with karma, and vachan, kaya vang mana karyamuttamam. Pujanam japas chintanam krama. So kaya karma, worship is in form of kaya, that is puja. Then japa, vak is japa, and mananam is, mind is chintanam or meditation. So in all these different forms, when you worship the Lord, all your sankata, difficulties go. Bad times, Shani Preeti, etc. When you, this whole thing, Shani Dasha. So because Hanumanji had rescued Shani Devgraha from Ravana. The story goes, interesting story goes. So Ravana wanted to marry Mandodari. So he wanted to marry her. So Mandodari, their Jatakam didn't match. Horoscope didn't match. So according to the horoscope, some dosha was there. According to the horoscope, if he marries her, then he will get destroyed. Okay. So must be, what is that called? Puja dosha maybe, that Mangal dosha. So some problems were there. So he said, but he still wanted to marry her. So what is his solution? So he's saying, I'm going to fight all these grahas and capture them under me, so that they cannot harm me. So he did that. He fought all of them, and then he put them in his courtyard under him. And then Shani was the strongest, perhaps, in his chart. So he kept him right in the front. Kept him right in the front under his foot. put his foot on him, and then he had to be suppressed. So no Graha, then he married Mandodari, no Graha could do anything to Ravana. All the devas he did like that. Then it seems one time Narada comes back, and then Narada tells him, see, you already defeated all these fellows. They're all serving you, sitting here. None of them can harm you. But it's not very nice the way you are treating Shani Devata. Because you have him under your foot, and the man can't even look up. His face is down, facing the ground. You don't have to really treat him so badly. He's already serving you. So at least put up your leg. He is still there in front of you, under your control. At least let him look up. So Ravana said, of course, that's not a problem. What can he do to me? So he just releases him a little bit. And Shani looks up. When she looks up, so looks at him, then his drishti, Shani drishti falls on Ravana. So they say, if Shani's drishti falls on you, then your bad time begins. So this was Narada's trick. So Shani looks at him, and then his drishti falls on Ravana, and that's the time when his whole thinking starts becoming wrong, and then that's the one he starts, then he kidnaps Sita, etc. All because of Shani drishti happens. So then other planets also. So anyway, so at some point Hanumanji rescues all of these grihas, including Shani from Ravana, and so Shani gives him a boon. So at least at the time, so when your influence is there, when you pray to Hanumanji, his influence will be less. That's not that it won't be there. That much boon he didn't give. So at least his influence is going to be less. There's another story also about Shani. One time Shani affecting Hanumanji directly. So he comes and sits on his shoulders. So then when he does that, and Hanumanji, nothing can affect him. So he starts growing. He has the capacity to change his size. So he starts becoming bigger and bigger and bigger until so Shani Devata is pressed against the ceiling. So when he starts getting pressed against the ceiling, then he says, let go, let go, let go. So there he takes a boon from him at that time. At least, when any my bhaktas, you will not disturb them too much. So thus, therefore, for this Shani time, generally they will do prayer to Hanumanji. They will say Saturday is Shani's day. So that is one special day they go. So all different kinds of sankatas, etc., will get removed by doing man krama bachana dhyana jo lave kayena vacha manasa. If you do worship to Sri Hanumanji, you are freed from all of that. Sabbar Ram tapasvi raja tinke kaj sakal tum saja. Same thing. Sabbar Rama Tapasvi Raja. So the Sri Rama, who is also a great Tapasvi. Tapasvi naturally, because so many years he spent in the forest. He is Tinike Kaj Sakalam, all the Kaj, all the Karyam, all the work that you did for him. So in starting introducing him to Sugriva, then being his messenger, finding Sita Devi, fighting in the war, so saving Lakshmana, etc. So many things. All these karyams, all sakala tum saja you accomplished. Aur manorath jo koi lave, soi amit jeevan phal paave. Or manorath jo koi lave. Jo koi means anyone, any devotee, any bhakta, whatever he has in his mind. Manoratha is desires, ichha. So whatever any of your devotees have any desire in their mind, they get that fulfilled. Not only that, they get amit jivan phal. Amitam means amitam, immeasurable. That which cannot be quantified, which is moksha, in the form of moksha. Moksha phalam is the final result, which gives infinite joy. infinite happiness. It is Amitam. Amit Jivan Phalam. Also Jivan Phalam, the ultimate end of one's life, he gets that. चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा. चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा. Pertap is yashas, fame. So, in all the yugas, your fame, you are famous, you are well known, your fame spreads through the periods of time. All the 4 yugas. We are talking about Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapara and Kali Yuga. Hai Parasiddha Jagat Ujiyara. So you are you are Prasiddham. You are very well known, like a beacon of light. Ujiyara means light, like a bright light. You are the beacon of light, the beacon of light for the whole world. Because as a bhakta, as a devotee, as a jnani, चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा. साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे. Sadhu Sant ke rakhware. So Rakhwara is a protector, the one who protects whom? The Sadhu. Sadhu Purushas, Dharmika Purushas, people who are given, who are committed to a life of dharma, who are spiritual people, who are mumukshus. All these people, you protect them. Asura Nikandan, you are the one who destroys the Asuras. So Asura Sampatti, Asuras, as I said before, they are all our own negative tendencies. So with your grace, Asuras are destroyed. And not only that, Rama Dulare, you are someone who is so beloved to Sri Rama. Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi ke Data, Asbar Deen Janaki Mata. असबर दीन जानकी माता. ऐसा वर दिया. वरम इज वरम. अस मीन्स ऐसा वर दिया जानकी माता ने सीता. So Sita gave him such boons that he be successful and gain all this. What? Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi ke Data. So may you be the one who is endowed with all these siddhis. There are 8 siddhis in yoga. There are 8 siddhis described. Anima, Mahima, Garima, Laghima, Prapti, Prakamya, Ishitvam and Vashitvam. So these are different powers that you develop during the course of yoga, meditation. So Anima means the capacity to reduce your size. Mahima is the capacity to increase your size. Hanumanji could do all that. So when he went to Lanka, he became very small so that he could hide when he was looking for Sita. Then he became very big also when he had to leap and go across. Anima, Mahima, Garima. Garima is increasing in weight. So your weight increases. Nobody can lift you. Laghima. Laghima is, oh, that's coming from there. Oh, you're static. Your foot static. I don't know.
Do you have a telephone there? Telephone?
Garima, Laghima. Laghima is reducing the weight. So increasing the weight, reducing the weight, may not be literal. This, just by Shakti you can do that. Remember we had done this one time. So something, not levitation is one. In levitation they go up. But even in lifting something, so something which is heavy, then, but you can lift it with one finger, I'll show you that at some point. Sometime we'll show that. That's very interesting. So, like that, this is all means these things need not be literal. They can happen. They can be done just by some kind of Shakti, So, Anima, Mahima, Garima, Laghima, then Prapti. Prapti is being able to access different places. You can go wherever you want to go. Prakamyam. Prakamya is gaining whatever you desire, whatever is in your mind, you gain that. Ishitvam is having lordship, and Vashitvam is subjugating, being able to subjugate others. So these are all different kinds of siddhis, ashta siddhis that are described.
What is the last one?
Vashitvam. Then Navanidhis. There are Navanidhi. Nidhi is treasure. So there are a couple of ways this is explained. One is Navanidhi is Navavida Bhakti. So Bhakti, there is a ninefold expressions of Bhakti. That is called Navanidhis, So Shravanam, Mananam, Kirtanam, Vishnuhu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam. So Archanam, Dasyam, Atmanivedanam. So this is Navavida Bhakti expression. So this is Navanidhi. Or there is some Navanidhis described which are Kubera's treasures. So Kubera is supposed to have these 9 treasures which are described as Kubera's treasures. So like Mahapadmascha Padmascha Shankhe Makara Kachapau Mukunda Kunda Neelascha Kharvasya Nidhayo Navaha. So these are different types of precious metals, the gems and things from the ocean, so like conch, etc. So these are Navanidhis that are talked about in the tradition. So anyway, all this belongs to you. So whether it is siddhis in terms of powers that you gain from yoga from Shakti, from spiritual discipline, or there are treasures, the real treasures of the world, all this ultimately they all belong to you. May they belong to you. Like that, the blessing was given to you by Sita Devi. So Ashta Siddhi Navanidhi ke data Asubar Deen Janaki Mata. राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा. Rama Rasayan. Rama Ras, What is Rama Ras? Ram's Ras is Nama. Can be Nama, Rama Nama. There is something very hypnotizing about just the name Rama. So if you chant in doing japa, you just say Rama Ram, that noun, even phonetically. So there is something which is very, very, very auspicious of that sound itself. So this Ramanama really is with you all the time, because you are such a devotee of the Lord. Or so Ramanama, Rama Rasayan can also mean so Swarupa, the essence of Rama, his nature. He says, I am one with you. Hanumanji says this. So Deha Buddhya Tava Dasosmi. So Jiva Buddhya Tava Amshakam. Atma Buddhya Tvamevaham Iti Me Nischita Matihi. So somebody asked him, what is your connection with Sri Rama? How are you connected to me? He says, Deha Buddhya Tava Dasosmi. When I look at myself from the standpoint of this Shariram, this body that I have gained, I am your Dasaha. I am your servant. Then Jiva Buddhya Tava Amshakam. When I look at myself as a Jiva, as an individual, so with all body, mind, intellect, etc., as this Jiva who comes in different bodies, like that when I look at myself, I am your Amsha. I am a part of you. You are Ishvara, you are the total, I am the individual. Jiva is an individual, Ishvara is the total. So thus, I am a part of you. Atma Buddhya Tvamevaham. When I look at myself from the standpoint of my Swarupa, my essence, my nature, from the standpoint of Atma, I am not any different from you. I am not distinct from you. I am yourself. Tvameva aham. Iti me nischita matihi. This is my so clear understanding. So this was Hanumanji's knowledge, wisdom.
What's the first from the
Deha Buddhya. देह बुद्ध्या तव दासोस्मि, जीव बुद्ध्या तव अंशकम, आत्म बुद्ध्या त्वम एव अहम इति में निश्चिता मति। So thus Rama Rasayan, तुम्हारे पासा, this is all, Rasayan can also be Oshadhi, Oshadhi, the medicine, final medicine for this samsara roga is with you. Sada raho Raghupati ke dasa. You are somebody, you have the blessing that you always remain as Sri Rama's devotee. Hanumanji is still there, still around as the devotee of Sri Rama. It's very interesting to see how he ends up like that. So Hanumanji had this varam, if you remember, that he would live as long as he wanted to live. And he wanted to live very long time, was his decision to live. But then how he has to live? So this, after the whole story is over, and this, they all come back. See, after the war, etc., they come back to Ayodhya, and so Sri Rama is there. He is the king, and this Sugriva, Vibhishana, they all stayed around for a while. Then it is time for them to go back. After how long can you stay? So they all had a good time, they were happy, but then finally they will never leave, So Sri Rama calls them one day and says, now, so Sugriva, it's time for you to go back to your kingdom, and all your subjects are waiting there. I can't have the whole kingdom here in my kingdom. So you have to go back. Time for you to go back. And then like that, Vibhishan also, he tells that it's time for you guys to go back to your kingdoms and take care of your subjects. So at that time, so Hanumanji makes this following prayer to Sri Rama. As for his blessing, it says, Sneho me paramo rajan, Tvayi tisthatu nityada, Bhaktischa niyata vira, Bhavo nanyatra gacchatu. He says, Sneho me paramo rajan, Tvayi tisthatu nityada. So Tvayi, in you, nityada tisthatu. So may my sneha, may my love, may my affection towards you always be abiding. Okay. Bhaktihi cha niyata, also my devotion. So please bless me that my devotion towards you so always abides, and na bhavo na anyatra gacchatu, and my bhakti bhava, may my devotion never move away from you at any time. Please bless me. Yavad Rama Katha Veera Charishyanti Mahitale Tavat Sharire Vatsyantu Prana Mamana Samshayaha. So Yavad Rama Katha Veera, hey Veera, O Sri Rama, brave one, until Yavad Rama Katha Charishyanti Mahitale. Mahitale is Prithvi. So as long as your story, as long as Rama's story is being told in this world, in the Prithvi, Tavat Sharire Vatsyantu Mama Pranaha. Until that time, so I should remain. May my life remain until that time, as long as your story is told in this world. Mama na samshaya. So Sri Rama, he said like that, and Sri Rama tells him, Evam Bruvanam Ramastu Hanumantam Varasanat Utthaya Sasvaje Sneha Vakyametat Uvachaha Evametat Kapishrestha Bhavita Natra Samshayaha Charishyati Katha Yavad Esha Loke Chamamika Tavatte Bhavita Kirtihi Sharire प्यसवस्तता लोका हि यावत् स्थास्यन्ति तावत् स्थास्यन्ति मे कथा. So evam Bruvanam Ramaha Hanumantam Varasanat Utthaya. Having been told like this by Sri Hanumanji, what did Sri Rama do? So Varasanat. Varasanam is Simhasanam. So from Simhasanam he gets up, then he gets down. Sasvaje Snehad. So he hugs him, he gives him an embrace with love and affection. And this is Etad Vakyam, he says. He says these words. Evam Etat. Evam Etat is like Tathastu. So let it be so. No, let it be so. But then not just say that, okay, let it be so, may you be devoted to me all the time. Not just that. He says, not only that, he says, Kapish Reshtha, oh, the one who is the most exalted among the Kapis, among the Vanaras, na atra samshayaha. There is no doubt about this. Jarishyati katha yavad esha loke mamika tavat te bhavita kirti. So as long as in this world, in this jagat, my story is going to be told, until that time, he says, Tavat te kirtihi bhavita. So may your fame, your fame will also remain. Not just me, my story, but as long as my story is being told, so your fame also will remain. Sharire api swasthatha. So yeah, not only that, not only will you live long, but you will live healthy, swasthatha, no, not become an old man, suffering man. You will remain a happy person, well known. Lokehi yavas thasyanti, tavas thasyanti me katha. In fact, as long as this loka is there, as long as the worlds are there, so long my katha also will remain. Amazing. Then he says something very interesting, Ekaikasyupakarasya प्राणान् दास्यमिते कपे शेषस्येहोपकाराणां भवामऋणिनो वयं मदङ्गे जीर्णतां यातु यत्त्वयोपकृतं कपे नरः प्रत्युपकाराणाम् आपत्स्वायति पात्रताम्. He says, ekasya upakarasya प्राणान् दास्यमि ते kape. Kape, oh Hanumanji, for every upakara, eka upakarasya. So for everything that you have done for me, for every favor, every upakara that you've done, pranan dasyami. So I owe you my life for every thing that you did, for every obligation of yours. Sheshasya hi upakarana. And then of course you're going to keep doing for me, So you're going to keep doing for me. I am always going to be indebted to you. Already I am indebted to you so much. But for all that you're going to do in the future, I can only remain indebted to you. Then he says something very interesting. He says, Mad ange jirnatam yatu yat tvaya upakritam. See, normally, if somebody does you a favor, what do you say? Okay, thank you very much, you've done me a favor. I'm very thankful to you. So maybe someday I can give you back. I can return the favor. Maybe someday I'll get a chance to return this. He says, Mad Ange, he says, for me, may my body age. Jirnatam means age. Mad Ange Jirnatam Yatu. So may my body age. Tvayi Upakritam, being indebted to you. So may I remain indebted to you and get old that way. Why? Because Narah Prati Upakaranam Apatsu Ayati Patratam. Because if I have to do something for you, that means what? That means you should be in trouble. So some apat has to come. No, you help me because I was in distress. If I have to pay back the way you help me, you should be in distress. But I don't want you to be in distress. So he says, so I do not want you ever to be in distress. I would rather remain indebted to you for my and age that way. Amazing, that culture. We don't think like that. So thus he blesses him, and then they all go. Hanumanji also goes. Then there is another interaction with him, that's similar, that him remaining always around, which he tells him at the end. So at the end, towards the end of Ramayana, so this Sri Rama's time now to go back to Vaikuntha. So he goes to Vaikuntha, he goes. And there, so a lot of them want to go with him. Because they were all devatas. According to Puranas, many of them were devas. Even the monkeys and the bears and all, they were all children of Gandharvas and devatas and all. So many of them want to go back. So when Sri Rama goes, so including Sugriva goes back with him. His brothers go back with him. Then only Vibhishana, he says, you stay back. So because Dharma, he's the one who is bringing Dharma to the Rakshasas. So he asks Vibhishana to stay back and take care of his subjects. And then Hanumanji has a little dialogue with Hanumanji also. So we'll see that next time. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.